many questions. You just heard it there. People are asking after last year's flooding is if we would see more of these weather events like this as our climate changes.
Director of the Center for Climatic Research at UW-Madison, Jack Williams, is here. Welcome to Live at 4. Thanks for being with us today. I mean, first and foremost, climate change is a real thing.
Climate change is a real thing. It's clearly getting warmer. July was the warmest month ever on record, and we can tie that rise in temperatures to our greenhouse gas emissions through fossil fuel burning.
And that leads to extreme weather events.
That's right. A warmer atmosphere is a more energetic atmosphere. We're seeing more extreme events. We're seeing stronger hurricanes. We're seeing bigger storms. And so the kinds of things we saw last year here in Wisconsin are part of a bigger pattern.
And I can imagine the rising temperature in a place like Wisconsin, where we rely on slow snow melts as well. That kind of probably, I'm sure you've seen that play into the flooding concerns as well.
One of the things that's happening is we're starting to see more of these kind of medium to big rain events, these 1-inch type of rain events. And when that happens, the ground table gets saturated. So it gets harder for that rain to run off. It goes right back into our rivers, into our lakes, and starts to cause these kind of flooding problems.
But last year, that was an anomaly. 14, right. 15 inches of rain.
That is an unofficial record. And it's certainly one of the biggest rain events we've ever seen in the state of Wisconsin.
For you, is it not if, but when something like that happens again?
I think it's best to be prepared. What we've certainly seen is that not only has this been the warmest summer on record, warmest month on record, in Wisconsin it's been the wettest decade on record. So what seems to be happening for us here in this state is as things get warmer, it's regionally getting wetter. More rain and more of these big kind of rain events. So being better prepared for these kind of rain events in the future is a good idea.
More spring flooding, more big snowstorms?
Certainly, more spring flooding is a kind of thing we can expect, and perhaps bigger snowstorms as well. Of course, as things get warmer, more of that snow will turn into rain in future years.
I think over the last year, we've been focused so much on solutions. Is there something that really sticks out for you in kind of understanding the weather side of this that would be effective or at least might be the best case scenario, best option?
I think there's really two things we're doing at the same time. One is moving our energy to electric, non-fossil fuels. So seeing Xcel and other energy and other power companies moving towards committing to non-carbon energy by 2050, that's a big step in the right direction. Certainly in terms of preparing, things like strengthening our bridges, doing bigger stormwater routing systems. We now keep sandbags in our basement on hand. Those are the kind of things we can all do to prepare.
Has the damage been done, or can it be reversed?
I would say both. We have already started to warm. We are seeing the climate system change. There's more change in the pipeline, but we can slow down, we can mitigate the amount of climate change coming. So when I talk to people about climate change, it's not a matter of stopping climate change, it's a matter of slowing it down and heading off the worst possible outcomes that are out there for the unmitigated climate change scenarios.
Man-made climate change.
Man-made climate change.
There have been catastrophic, has there been ice ages?
That's what I study. There have been ice ages in the past. We know what have caused those climate changes in the past. And in the past, they've actually been caused by changes in greenhouse gas concentration in the atmosphere. CO2 naturally rising and falling in the past has been a major driver of those past ice ages. We also now know that we are putting a lot more of these greenhouse gases in the atmosphere through our fossil fuel burning, taking that carbon that's deep in the ground, burning it, using that energy, which has good value, and then releasing as a waste byproduct that carbon dioxide, which acts as a heat trap within the Earth system.
We have about 30 seconds left, but is there another area, whether it's in the country or in the world, that you've been watching in this realm that really concerns you?
Certainly in the U.S., what I've watched the most is Florida and sea level rise, and Texas and hurricanes, right? Our coastal areas are the most exposed to the effects of climate change. Here in Wisconsin, we've got our problems. We do have to be paying attention to these big storms and preparing for them, but compared to other parts of the country, in some ways, we have it relatively good when it comes to thinking about these climate change concerns. But we should all be working together on the problem.
Yeah, the oceans are rising as the ice melts.
That's right.
Good information. Jack, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you both.
Thank you.